So Donald Trump made a really good point recently when asked about the issues of NATO and with what's going on obviously in Ukraine. Trump made the point that by treaty, if something were to happen to these countries, the United States would have to step in under Article 5 to protect these countries. But do you think any of these countries would come to the aid of the United States if the United States was attacked? We have seen a little bit of this when after 9/11 during the Afghan war and war in Iraq. Now, there are some countries that notably did send troops to these war zones, but I mean, there was a big push by Spain to withdraw. That one I know off the top of my head, and I believe there's some other ones. I don't remember at this point, but do you really think any of these countries would meaningfully defend the United States if it was attacked? Probably not. Most of these are small countries with small militaries, small budgets. France and the UK do have nuclear weapons, so you could say that maybe that's a deterrent. But again, if you look at this from an asset versus liability, defending Europe is more of an American liability than an asset. These countries right now, especially now with them talking about sending troops in Ukraine, I mean, they could very well start, a major war with Russia. Now, like I said, keep in mind, France and the UK have nuclear weapons. So does Russia. Countries like Germany, for example, could build nuclear weapons in a relatively short period of time. They have the engineers, they have the scientists, they have the technology to do it. Country again, and also Sweden is another country that could build nuclear weapons, in a relative pinch. So, would it be worth it to get involved in that kind of warfare between the absurd leadership that Europe has right now and with Russia? Maybe not. So something to be considered. Donald Trump did pose the question. Would these countries defend the United States? And the truth is, not really in a meaningful way. So the way it looks from America's standpoint, NATO is more of a liability than it is an asset. So something to be considered. I'll put a link in the description below where it shows you these quotes.